So, Chantel, we got a little bit into society's influence on lawmakers, and so we're talking about public opinion. And there have been a couple of movies that have come out. Last time I was down here at Tech, it was to show the movie FrackNation, which directly responded to Gasland. Now, FrackNation claims to be the film that reveals the truth about fracking, while Gasland is clearly an anti-fracking film. Have you seen either of these movies?
Yes, I've seen them both.
Okay, and what's your opinion? You are a petroleum engineering student, so who's telling the truth?
The biggest thing is it has presented so much controversy, and the unfortunate part is Gasland came first, which set the tone. You know, it immediately, society as a whole tends to believe what they see in Hollywood, tends to go what they see on the news. However, I've met people who, are adamantly against fracking, adamantly against, petroleum, but yet they want lights and they want a car. And I understand that the lack of education makes it easy to make judgments, because me in the industry, I will never know enough. And the problem there lies is when you believe what you see on the news or in these Hollywood documentaries, you can't assume that it's the truth. It's like that with everything. How many times have you seen something on the news and they got something wrong? And it was a huge thing. How do you get the facts wrong? But it happens, and it happens all the time. And the best thing I could say is Gasland set that tone, and it was terrible for American society. And it was the first thing that came out. And everyone knows that when your first impression is terrible, it takes everything in the world to change it. And even then, you're not accepting. And it takes a very open mind. And so when FrackNation came out, and all of that documentary was scientifically based. You followed it. You can't argue the science. You're basically there because every interaction was, videotaped. So you were there and you saw the facts. And it's just, even though that those are the facts, it has to overdo a Hollywood thing that was seen everywhere and everyone saw it. But the problem is like I said, even though that's education and that's learning what the details are, it's still, people who are against it don't know the industry as a whole. I'm in the industry and I don't know it as a whole, but yet I know enough to know that what we are doing is not going to affect, to the level that Gasland says. I mean, and not at all. And it's crazy because people act like we're the bad people, but yet this is our country too. This is where we're from. This is our backyard. Why would we want to do that? Why would we want to put ourselves in a bad situation? And so we don't. And the problem is any judgment you make is more or less from a lack of education.
Sure.
And it's definitely an industry that since Gasland came out, it changed. And it's definitely set a lot of hardships. However, I feel the more people get educated, the more they'll appreciate all the technology advances, all the environmental concerns we've gone through, all the redoing since new technology. So it's definitely an impact and an effect, and it will always be a challenge. However, FrackNation is a great movie to, whether you like the topic or not, whether you're interested, it teaches you to be open-minded. The things you see on the news, on Hollywood, isn't the truth. It's not, cement facts. There's reason to be an open thinker. And so even if you get nothing else from that movie, at least learn to, keep your open mind, and that what you hear and, what you see, despite the source, isn't the truth unless you do the research yourself.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Chantel. We'll definitely pass the good word along, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you.